He awakened to history's strongest hidden class. He kept hitting delete desperately, hoping the character would be deleted permanently. It was a holographic game defying common sense. In-game money could be exchanged for real money. Getting a mythical item was incredibly lucky. Selling it meant no more food or clothing worries. Even in-game, or could be traded for currency. Smart players analyzed market supply and demand. They made small profits, manipulating prices. The world's last gaming pod arrived. Jae Young logged in as Dex. Arcadia Games started up. Jae Young went to the newbie village. The Chinese server just opened. The newbie village was already crowded. Team formation was happening. Power leveling potions and materials were there. All kinds of trades were flourishing. The first quest was killing a slime. Precise actions are difficult in holographic games, so the game has 3 basic skills for newbies to help them adjust to combat. The male protagonist, however, Jae Young, the PC gaming god, showed amazing gaming skills immediately. He used the basic slash skill, like an Ayajutsu master. The second newbie quest was reading 100 books in a library. Most players skimmed through it quickly, but he spent 2.5 days reading. Seriously reading every single book. This helped him reach the top server rank. The librarian NPC laughed in the PC game, thinking they're pretending to work hard, fooling themselves. But he finished the 100th book today. He asked the NPC for volume 2. He found the key to top server rank in it. After these words, the NPC seemed to be controlled by the highest AI. She grabbed volume 2 from storage. Jaeyoung was puzzled though. Why was volume 2 stored separately? The AI controlled NPC smirked. This book only appeared when borrowed. Jaeyoung felt a little suspicious. His finger touched the book. The scene changed to the game interface. Inside Alice, the highest AI, suddenly had pop-ups in her newbie village. Hidden quest conditions were met. This player is now the analysis subject. Jaeyoung's first volume contained adventure Izel's treasure store. The treasure's location was unknown. What was certain? This treasure was ancient darkness. The second volume, our protagonist borrowed, clearly marked Izel's treasure location. It was hidden under a ruined lake, near the beginner village. Our protagonist was teleported lakeside, but after long observation, he found nothing. Many pop-ups appeared suddenly. Congrats player Dex, you triggered BPL's ranked quest. Search for darkness traces. Follow the document to find ancient darkness traces under a ruined lake and verify the document's truth. Jaeyoung thought. Currently, the server's hardest quest was only C rank. Completing this hidden B+ ranked quest would make him server rank 1 easily. He jumped in the lake after 50 meters. He couldn't see the bottom. How can a small lake be so deep? As his dives increased, his diving reached rank B. He could dive deeper. His stamina increased 1 point. But Jaeyoung had dived 200 meters without seeing the lake bottom. Exhausted, Jaeyoung saw the sunset. He thought about giving up. Who would waste time here? It was the early server launch. Players were killing monsters leveling up. He wasted time on diving. The gaming pod cost 920,000 monthly. Jaeyoung planned to sell equipment from game drops, but the quest was for him. Hopefully the quest reward is good. After 10 days, Jaeyoung got a necklace from the lake bottom. Was this Ezel's hidden item in Erwin Lake? Meanwhile, a pop-up showed his diving skill ranked up. Stamina increased 1 point. Water attribute mastery up 10 points. Congrats, host, you've finished the hidden quest. Reward received necklace of dark light. This item holds an unknown ancient darkness. Think carefully before using. Jaeyoung smiled bitterly. The item description was threatening. A pop-up asked use the necklace of dark light. Jaeyoung quickly clicked confirm. The same pop-up showed again. Jaeyoung clicked confirm again. Are you really sure you want to use this? Jaeyoung's finger went numb, clicking confirm. But pop-ups tried to stop him. I said I want to use it. Why so many confirmation pop-ups? The pop-up showed up again. I know you're clicking confirm like crazy. Since I've asked this much, you really want to use this item. Hope you won't regret this. Just cause chaos like me. The strange words made Jaeyoung scared. Who was talking to him? A big pop-up showed up. Congrats, you're now a Bard of Anarchy. Your levels are gone, you have a new stat. Plausibility, new quest. He saw the quest. Jaeyoung's heart sank. Other newbies kill 100 slimes. His quest kill new players. For 7 days straight. Jaeyoung sighed and mashed delete. Pop-up said game. Character stuck with hidden class. Character deletion unsuccessful. Jaeyoung wanted to delete his character for a simple reason. His hidden class Bard of Anarchy had no level system and a really weird quest. It's important to know, level systems are the base of every game. No level system means no growth potential. Combat might be okay at launch, but later, he'll be way behind other players. He regretted not stopping that jerk earlier. I should have stopped then. Jae-young looked at the game sky, thinking waiting won't help. It's a hidden class. It must be useful somehow. Jae-young searched the status window. He found one difference. A new plausibility stat. What was this thing's purpose after his thoughts connect? A pop-up explained plausibility is a resource. More points consumed means the host can interfere with this world more strongly, even distorting world rules. To get plausibility initially, you do the class change quest. Killing new players would affect the game, and naturally gain plausibility. As the protagonist prepared to draw his sword, someone else was faster. It could have been fatal. 3 red-named players approached the newbie. Killing non-NPC players results in red names. They said with malice, "Hello newbies, I own this hunting ground. You're hunting here without my permission." Jae-young was confused. The game just started. Someone's claiming territory in the newbie village. The red-named players threatened. "Your accent is from S City. You're from S City talking about mock exams. Your usernames show your students. We can easily find where you live. If you don't want to die, leave the grinding spot now." The student called nearby players for help, but got indifferent looks. The student said, "It's just a game. Is this necessary?" The thugs paused, then laughed hard. "You're right, games are awesome. There are no rules here. The strong rule everything." There was a sudden whooshing sound. The thug's legs were cut off. Jae-young took a stance. "You're a thug, but you're kinda right." Jae-young used slash skills precisely. The moves looked like man and machine as one. 3 level 12 players. Red-named players instantly died and logged out. As the protagonist unsheathed his blade, his newbie village ID wouldn't be green again. Pop-up congratulations, 3 plausibility points gained. Just like Jae-young predicted. Each kill gives 1 plausibility point. He didn't know its use though. Getting it wasn't easy. The nearby student found savior. "Thank you for saving us, we're very grateful." But Jae-young's look was indifferent. "No need for thanks. I still have to kill you, student. Don't be sad, you said it yourself. It's just a game." The next moment, 2 students were killed by Jae-young's sword. Plausibility increased 2 points. Jae-young glanced back. He had a cunning smile. "Very good, now it's your turn. You were watching from the sidelines. You shouldn't have complaints." After a dozen screams, the entire forest went silent. A rumor spread on Arcadia's website. A madman appeared in the Chinese server newbie village. Night was best for newbies hunting slimes. Slimes in the forest. It's also fastest for Jae-young to hunt newcomers. To make the game more realistic, night visibility was very limited, and when characters ran, tripping on stones, with slow movement speed, this newbie was now prey. Hunted by Jae-young, darkness hides the most lethal danger. Newbies felt terror seeing Jae-young. Hunter and prey roles weren't fixed. Fear of being hunted filled the forest. The new player wondered why this black robe player was targeting them. The only response was a swift, decisive sword swing. "You're doing this at server launch. The game company will intervene. I'll report you on the official website." Jae-young stopped his raised greatsword. He chuckled, "You fellow." Next, Jae-young declared, "Don't you know who ordered this?" The green-haired player choked. His character's head was severed. "Forcibly logged out, you eliminated a newbie. Gained 1 plausibility point." Jae-young stared at the plausibility points, then turned and yawned. Hunting newbies is mentally exhausting. Arcadia's death penalty is a 24-hour login restriction. At Arcadia's game customer service department, hundreds of customer service phones ringing. They had not stopped ringing all morning. All player complaints were about one person. The team leader announced with a serious face, "Everyone is working overtime today. Must calm the players down." At this time in the game, Jae-young had been hunting 2 days. "My plausibility has reached 1025. Is it okay to hunt new players? Officials gave me this quest. The quest still has 4 days left. Is game operations having problems?" "It's not my problem." A whimpering sound came from the forest. Slimes gathered, approaching Jae-young. The system then prompted, "You save slimes." Slime race intimacy increased. Next moment, surprised Jae-young was swarmed by friendly slimes. Jae-young was enjoying it. "I'm not welcomed by people. Getting along with you guys is nice though." Torches appeared in the dark forest. Jae-young heard players talking. He stroked the slime, saying, "Little ones, run away now." It was yesterday's green-haired victim, returning with dormice after patrolling. they finally saw the familiar figure. Brothers attack. It's the Black Robe Man. To help the slimes escape, Jae-young ran the opposite way until seeing dawn ahead. When he got there, it was a bottomless cliff's edge. 5 players blocked his escape. Green Hair smugly said, "Why aren't you running, kid? Watch me humiliate you." But Jae-young smiled contemptuously. He fell backward toward the cliff, jumping off while 5 people watched shocked. This madman's gone crazy. But Yang, who jumped, suddenly smiled weirdly. He clicked log out, safely logging out next morning. Madman videos flooded video websites. All netizens discussed it. The discussion included keyboard warriors. Since being hunted by our protagonist, Green Hair followed the website, finding over 700 reports. He organized an anti-hunting action. Interested players should wait in his channel. Minutes after the post, a dozen players with protagonist grudges gathered in the newbie village square. Green Hair announced something. "We'll start the operation to remove the troublemaker." But as the operation began, it started a village-wide quest. The same quest popped up for every player in the newbie village. Arcadia's holographic game's best feature was creating plots based on user behavior, not just in-game information. It used online discussions and stories and put them in the game. Thanks to the game's AI Brain Alice. Main story quest Dark Side quest activate. Quest notification for all newbie village players. Catch the mysterious newbie serial killer. Please find the mysterious newbie serial killer. After a 12-hour sleep, John woke up. He opened Arcadia's official website. His face showed total helplessness. Official special event, catch the killer. Over 2,000 comments below. I made 2,000 enemies after sleep. Should I quit the newbie hunting quest? Looking at the gaming pod. Bought with a high payment plan. 920,000 monthly payment. How can I pay this? Jae-young logged into the game, seeing the slime habitat in the forest. He decided this was the best newbie hunting spot. An injured slime approached him. Adventurers chased it. Don't choose the mage class. Chasing an injured slime is hard. The 2 newbies found the slime. They saw a player next to it. The warrior advised Uncle, "This is our prey. Stealing monsters is wrong." Jae-young looked at the slime. He saw its sad eyes. His face turned cold. He raised his hood and walked toward the 2 men. "Do you want to fight us?" The mage felt a sense of familiarity. This guy looked very familiar. Seeing the protagonist not stopping, the new warrior pushed him. The protagonist stayed silent. Jae-young smiled evilly for attacking a player. The system gave the warrior a red name. Jae-young pretended to be hurt. "Fellow players, come help me. I'm dead. The website's killer is here." Suddenly, many eyes looked toward the sound. The desire for rewards was obvious. As the red-named warrior started explaining, Zhang escaped with the slime. The new mage's mind cleared. This Black Robe Man looks familiar. He's the newbie killer from the website, but he realized it too late. The cliff erupted in flames. Due to the other conflict, Jae-young escaped with a slime. "Little one, you're safe now. Your wounds will heal." A pop-up said congrats on saving the slime. Max intimacy with slime race reached. Got the slime chum title. Young killed 1,000 newbies in slime habitat. Young wondered about max intimacy's use. With a level 1 slime race, another pop-up appeared. Plausibility reached minimum threshold. Cooperative relationship with slimes established. Consume plausibility to help slimes. What does help mean? He stared at the slime's info pondering, then looked at his own 1025 plausibility points. An evil idea popped into his head. This game is really insane. Plausibility can be used like this. Next second, Jae-young confirmed using all 1025 plausibility, using his Bard of Anarchy hidden class, injecting all plausibility into the slime. Golden light shot to the sky, illuminated the whole forest. Pop-up said slime race abilities alter. All newbie village slimes upgraded to level 15. Monsters are essential game elements. Newbie monsters are called whetstones. For newbies to practice, level 1 newbie has 100 HP. Level 15 slime has 150 attack. New players always tease them. Slimes were the best practice targets for newbies. Who knew innocent slimes would become ruthless? A level 1 newbie touched by a slime instantly died and received a 24-hour login penalty. The newbie village fell into chaos. Hunter and prey roles permanently switched. Targets weren't slimes anymore, but newbie players. This was the scene the protagonist wanted. Every time his slimes killed a newbie, he received 1 plausibility point, strengthened by plausibility. Slimes originally attacked when injured. now actively hunted newbies. Slime attack characteristics transformed. From being strengthened, Jaeyoung pondered his plausibility. Could it overturn game possibilities? This ability was more complex. Isn't this just my fun? In only 2 hours, his stronger slimes killed over 3,000 newbies, and 3,000 plausibility points came in. This was 4 times Jaeyoung's prior efficiency. Apparently, the newbie killing quest encouraged strength. Slimes gain lots of plausibility that way, but using plausibility to strengthen slimes. The system said enhancement failed again. While current efficiency is pretty high, you guys handle the brick moving. Arcadia's planning team finally freaked out, but the department head believed Arcadia's situation was definitely not a system error, because this world uses cutting-edge technology. Everything's going according to plan. He logged in to verify personally. Level 3 authority confirmed. Executive identity authentication. Successful access granted. But the department head didn't enter Arcadia. Instead, he questioned Alice, the game's AI central brain. Jaeyoung logged in. He planned to check his harvest, but the slime forest was empty. Pop-up newbie kills 9640. Jaeyoung wasn't satisfied, because the internet said the newbie village was dangerous. It attracted level 15 adventurers to hunt slimes. The dividends were gone. Growth slowed down, but hadn't stopped until Jaeyoung's kills reached 10,000. Pop-up congratulations, 10,000 newbies eliminated. Title obtained, newbie killer. Congratulations, quest reward exceeded. Early midterm reward chest settlement. That's a great thing. Let's see what's inside the chest. Jaeyoung clicked to receive the chest. Dark power burst from the chest. Terrifying pressure, a black dot appeared. Surrounding space cracked and disintegrated. Is the reward this black sphere? A crack appeared in the black sphere. The crack tore the sphere apart. Destructive force spread everywhere. Midterm reward settled pop-up. Congratulations, you got a familiar. A demonic shadow emerged from the crack. Instinctive fear from killing intent. His hoarse voice was evil and cunning. Who are you? Why summon me? Jaeyoung's body felt joyful. What being with such pressure did I summon? Seeing the demons, Jaeyoung's pupils constrict. The arrival was Satan. Satan, Lord of Chaos, contained his aura and smiled wickedly. I couldn't summon my full form, but this is sufficient. This power is enough to kill those angels. But seeing the human Satan paused. The air became quiet. Why am I in this form? Being small insults me as Demon King. Satan didn't know this summoning changed his face. Jaeyoung was confused. I open a chest and got you. The game says you're a familiar. Satan was dumbfounded. The Demon King is a familiar. This madman summoned me without asking. I have things to do. In the demon realm, Jaeyoung looked at the demon. Is this really Satan, the Demon King? Satan muttered, it's almost over. Still doing this annoying thing, human listen. Well, no matter what happens, I'm now forced into a contract to serve you. I'll work with you for a while. Since I'm here, I'll do my best. Please take care of me. Satan suddenly sensed Jaeyoung's ability, immediately examining him with interest. Jackpot kid, jackpot. You actually have this ability. Jaeyoung was puzzled. A pop-up message appeared. Consume plausibility to use your familiar's power. Be careful not to be tricked by the demon. Satan started negotiating with Jaeyoung. You have the power to break rules. If you give it to me, I can grant all your wishes. Jaeyoung suddenly thought of plausibility. Could this guy want this value? And his talk of changing the rules. Could plausibility have such amazing uses? Satan said confidently anyway. A human has limited use of this power. Combining Satan's words and deed. Like he said, upgrading all level 1 slimes to 15 was also kind of changing the rules. But I couldn't strengthen the slimes more after. I couldn't go further. Even a Demon King wanted this. Plausibility seems like a special thing. If I give you plausibility, what can you do for me? Satan asked. He waved his hand, opening an ancient array. A purple-black cloak appeared. Level 150 equipment popped up. Nargile's Lament protects the user from death. Crazy, totally crazy. Our server opened later than others. The top global player was only level 50. I changed class, no level system. I probably can't even equip this. But Satan thought, this thing can't satisfy you. You're human contracted with Demon King. Jaeyoung had an idea. He didn't need equipment. He had another problem. Can you strengthen monsters? Satan was puzzled in a Demon King. What monsters do you want strengthened slimes? Can you strengthen slimes? That's too low-class human. Satan laughed maniacally. A madman I've never seen. Impossible isn't in my dictionary. How much plausibility will you pay? Scheming Jaeyoung smiled. All of it's simple enough. Contract established, ancient dark magic array. 10 times more complex. Spread beneath Jaeyoung's feet. Prompt quest kill newbies pops up. Quest updates to Wrath of the Slimes. Quest time resets to 7 days. Destructive lightning strikes above the slime forest ground cracks and disintegrates. The forest slimes go berserk. Their inner hatred is aroused. The whole race turns dark. Players are terrified, can only watch countless slimes approach. They think they're doomed, but the charging slimes converge. All slimes reach the spot. They completely liquefy to birth a great king to lead. The server's first level 100 Lord boss, the Slime Queen, is born. Simultaneously, all newbie village players got the same pop-up. Slimes are the most peaceful race, but they were abused by players. After putting up with it countless times, they finally snapped. Some players just finished their death penalty, logged in, and were immediately killed again. The protagonist looked at the Slime Queen he created, immediately bewildered little Satan. What did you do? I asked you to strengthen slimes, not create a Demon King boss. Satan proudly explained, I awakened their revenge. To think it worked so well. Creating a monarch was their own idea. Of the 8,000 plausibility points you gave, I gave the slimes less than 3,000. Jaeyoung thought to himself quietly. That much plausibility evolved a weak race. This is plausibility's true power. And the entire newbie village. The Slime Queen's appearance forced everyone into a tough battle with the slime tide. All newbie village players got the same quest. Main story quest Forgotten Darkness Nascent. Launched associated quest Wrath of the Slimes. Victory condition defend the newbie village and defeat the Slime Queen. Within 7 days, or the Guardian Stones destroy. Then the quest fails, and the newbie village is permanently destroyed. Seeing the server's first level 100 boss, the newbies were all scared. Seeing the chaotic newbie village, Jaeyoung decided to wait. Satan reminded him, just destroy the Guardian Stone secretly, then everything would end. But Jaeyoung waited and watched. Satan wondered if he'd break the crystal. At the countdown's last moment, this guy's half as evil as me. Actually, no, since the Slime Queen showed up. Jaeyoung's system pop-ups haven't stopped. Congrats on the newbie kill, 1 plausibility point in just a few minutes. He's gained tons of plausibility. Jaeyoung needs to make a decision between players and monsters. Which side benefits him most? Right now, company personnel are in the conference room, watching the battle and the level 100 Slime Queen. Her skills Monarch's Roar and the new jump. Her trait Endless Player hating kin creation. The director is furious. Take the server offline now. How's a level 100 monster in the newbie village? Even the chief designer didn't design this monster. We must protest to headquarters. Their hands-off policy is abusive. The team leader thought deeply. First, the main story began suddenly. Then the strange killer quest started. Finally, the slimes got angry. It became a fight for the newbie village to survive. Could this not be a bug, but caused by some players' actions? Arcadia was a game with endless possibilities. One sentence made all team leaders think. From the game log analysis, the quest starting made sense. So the team leader decided, no matter the quest's punishment, maybe it was the AI brain analysis plan. During the slime battle, some players saved an NPC guard and started a hidden class quest. For the savior, the slime's rage brought fear, and also hidden treasures, and the way to awaken a class. Goal was stopping the Slime Queen's rampage. The assault continued 3 days and nights. Half the 7-day limit had passed. New players quit after being devastated by slimes, but there were experts on the Chinese server. High-level players joined the assault. High-level players formed special action teams. A character hunts over 10,000 slimes. They get the green title, Slime Slayer, dealing 40 more damage to slimes with 30 immunity. More players got the title. Slimes lost ground and hope was seen. Newbies logged back in to rejoin the fight. Players saw light in the darkness. The protagonist watched from the shadows. He gained terrifying plausibility. The pop-up showed 32576 newbies eliminated. A day and a half left on the mission. Even Satan praised killing 30,000 people. That's a real battle, not bad. Not bad, only such evil. Human player worthy becoming Demon King's contract. Looking at the remaining 20,000 plausibility, the protagonist fell into deep thought, wondering how to maximize benefits. Satan was right if they stood by. Human players would likely win. After a moment of thought, the protagonist smiled sinisterly. If that's the case, it's not interesting. Jiang donned his cloak, hiding his identity. Satan noticed the blood stains on the cloak, wondering what kind of person he was. Jiang muttered to himself, "If I must choose a side, I won't just watch. I'll stand with the slimes." He planned everything in his mind. This way maximizes my benefits. The director arrived at Arcadia headquarters. "Stop the attack mission. President Mayan, Lee, I'm begging you." President Mayan, Lee disagreed. The newbie village slime attack was ending. No slimes were in the village. 10 minutes remained until the attack ended. They couldn't break the defense formed by our country's servers. Experts built it in a week, no miracle possible. In 10 minutes, I'll change to the savior class. Exactly 10 minutes remained. 10 minutes, 0 seconds left in the attack. The newbie village sky turned blood red. Jae Young appeared in his black robe. "Slime Queen, let's begin." During the past 7 days, Jae Young earned 10,000 plausibility through the slime attack. This couldn't satisfy his ambition. He placed his final bet on the level 100 Slime Queen boss, attempting one last harvest. For the next 10 minutes, all newbies felt extreme fear. Wherever the Slime Queen went, newbie players died instantly in waves. She occasionally split off slime soldiers to massacre new players. That fear of death exploded in the newbies. Some brave players tried awakening everyone's fighting spirit. Before they could speak, the Slime Queen killed them with one slap. The Slime Queen wasn't totally invincible. The strongest Chinese server adventurer opened his mic and yelled, "Everyone hold on. 5 minutes the assault ends." The newbies thought it made sense. If they held the Slime Queen's aggro and protected the Guardian Crystal, they would win. Encouraged by the server's best player, the new players started yelling, "Even if we die, we'll honor 7 days of effort." The newbies formed a united front, trying human wave tactics to stop the Slime Queen's advance. Many players died. 10 seconds left in the mission. The Slime Queen hadn't reached the crystal's destruction range. Her rage affected bystanders. Thousands of players disconnected by the Queen. 7 seconds left in the assault. The top player decided to act. He used all his mana, channeling damage buffs into his great sword. He leaped toward the Slime Queen's head. But next, the Queen's shield sent him flying. 3 seconds remained on the countdown. The server's top player laughed victoriously. "We are the final winners. The newbie village cannot be destroyed permanently." The top player, badly wounded, fell near the crystal. 1 second left. A miracle is impossible. Half a second later, the Guardian Crystal shattered. His pupils contracted. He turned to look. He only saw a black robe player with a sword deep in the crystal. This scene would haunt him. Protagonist Jaejong explained sheepishly, "Sorry, my hand slipped." A server-wide announcement happened. The village's Guardian Stone is destroyed. Guardian mission failed. The newbie village will be permanently destroyed. The server's top player turned pale. He never imagined this ending. After pulling his great sword, completing the mission, Jae Young sighed. "Thankfully, I maximized plausibility game before other players could arrive." It was already too late. The black-robed player stood on the broken crystal platform, gloating over his victory. Jae Young was bombarded with trash talk, but he just smiled contemptuously. "You can still talk like that." A notification popped up. The newbie village was permanently destroyed. The Slime Queen became a purplish-black orb that exploded in the sky. Slime particles rained down everywhere. On the newbie village, the green slime particles floated upwards, forming into spheres. These particles are becoming slimes. Big monsters can't spawn in newbie villages. 3 huge lightning bolts hit the village. The slime particles scattered. 3 level 80 giant slimes respawned instantly. A notification announced the once hated slimes had finally beaten the humans, successfully forcing out all humans. The level 80 slimes roared immediately, but more slimes were coming. They now had their own monarch. The level 100 Slime Queen spawned. Even Jaeyoung admitted it was cool. The newbie village was no longer human territory. It was completely slime territory. All players got a notification. You entered a level 80 hunting ground. Be extremely careful before the low-level players could leave. Level 80 slimes surrounded them. Jaeyoung smiled wickedly. "I told you to stop trash talking. Escaping is more important." Jaeyoung logged off to sleep. He heard squeaking from the slimes behind him. The Slime Queen first hugged her benefactor. Jaeyoung felt like he hit a cotton candy cloud. It was soft, then more slimes engulfed Jaeyoung. They showed their gratitude openly. The Slime Queen led her subjects to bow down. Before Jaeyoung, they offered their best gifts. to show their sincere thanks. A notification popped up, title obtained. Slime Savior reward obtained. Crown of Slimes. Jaeyoung was confused. What's this crown for the next moment? A pop-up explained his confusion. Congratulations on getting 2,413 plausibility. Wearing the crown gave Jaeyoung plus stun water power, plus 5 intelligence, and 5 physical resistance. Before logging off, he hid the achievement titles. If seen, he'd be the server's public enemy. After saying goodbye to the Slime Queen, Jaeyoung took Demon King Satan to their next stop. To gain more plausibility, the following day, Arcadia's newbie village destruction made gaming headlines, immediately causing massive player outrage. The most upset player had triggered the Guardian class quest, but Jaeyoung felt his actions were reasonable. I acted according to the game's guidance. My class Bard of Anarchy disrupts game balance. My contracted being is Demon Lord Satan. The bigger the waves, the more plausibility I get. As the village destruction grew, some users found a replacement starter area called Baron Michael's domain. News spread rapidly, causing new players to gather there. Suddenly, the game's commercial street became bustling, a town that only had NPC blacksmiths. In 1 week, thousands of blacksmith apprentices appeared. However, this wasn't the scariest part. All the blacksmith apprentices were new players who had changed their class. They all dreamed of becoming master craftsmen, yet they sold poorly made weapons, relying on false advertising. However, in this environment, iron, or originally 10 copper coins, was now speculated to 20 copper coins each. Some players suggested mining the ore themselves. They were mocked by amateur blacksmiths. The mine trip takes 2 hours, and iron or drop rate is very low. Better to let others mine while repairing equipment, improving skills, and gaining experience. Mining yourself is a poor investment, so no players took mining quests. The reward was blacksmith favor. But Jaeyoung saw a huge business opportunity. He overheard a conversation between NPC blacksmiths. Blacksmiths recently. The Lord has mining quotas, even working without rest. They can't meet the targets. Hearing the word Lord, scheming Jaeyoung's mind started spinning. This town has economic troubles. I can make a fortune. Satan saw Jaeyoung's evil smile. He knew he was up to something. Jaeyoung approached the blacksmiths, smiling insincerely. I can help solve this problem. In Baron Michael's mansion, the Baron sat lost in thought, unable to understand how iron ore rose to 15 copper coins. Blacksmiths would lose half their profits. They might forge at a loss. The market will lack quality equipment, but low-grade weapons made by apprentice blacksmiths. Perhaps some countermeasures were needed. However, the blacksmiths heard Jaeyoung take mining quests. They assigned him 20 iron ores for practice. Jaeyoung rushed to the Pian Mountain mine. He took Demon King Satan to the mining tunnel's deepest depths. Satan asked Master skeptically, "Is this really okay? Spending 8,000 plausibility on meaningless things?" At Jaeyoung's urging, a notification showed weapon exchange success. Obtained equipment destroyer of Demon Cave. Its ability sped up mining and greatly increased collection rate. With a chance to mine rare ores, the protagonist started. His desire for wealth awakened. The Demon Cave destroyer proved incredibly powerful. Efficient mining notifications flooded the cave. In under 3 hours, Jaeyoung's mining hit rank A, increasing stamina by 10 points. Mining speed and success rate doubled. He could sense hidden minerals. After 2.5 days mining, Jaeyoung mined over 1,000 iron ore, 100 silver, or 10 gold and rare ores. Having this ore was step 2 to Jaeyoung's wealth. Step 3 was Baron Michael, who's troubled by mining rates. If the Lord can't supply iron, blacksmiths might close any time. Other continents might stop trading due to low weapon quality. To department heads, too many new players are blacksmiths. Blacksmith apprentices increased meanwhile. The miner count stayed the same. This was the town's main problem. The Baron worried about what to do. A guard rushed into the meeting. The Baron wondered about the noise outside. At the Baron's mansion gate, thousands of ores formed a small mountain. Iron ore, gold ore, silver ore, and even rare magic crystals. Jaeyoung sold all these ores to the Baron. 3 days mining earned him 3 gold, 10 silver, about $100,000 in real money. Mining constantly about $1 million per month. This wasn't enough for Jaeyoung. His game pod cost $10 million. He needed 2 months mining to pay it. To make money fast, he needed to prepare some things. The Baron actively sought Jaeyoung. Before they could even speak, Young gained Baron's favor. Young smiled secretly. The Baron took the bait. Greetings, noble Baron, why seek me? The Baron introduced himself. I'm Mike Highly, this town's lord. Join me for tea if you have time. A pop-up asked to accept Baron's invitation. Negotiation time with NPC Baron. When the Baron heard that Young mined thousands of ores in 3 days, he was shocked. The Baron gave Young an overview of town's iron ore shortage. Economic problems, Young understood. But listen to NPC Baron's explanation. Once he finished speaking, a quest would trigger. The pop-up appeared. Young had been waiting for this. Quest the Lord's woe. Help the Lord, please. Increase miners and improve mineral extraction. Young immediately accepted the quest. He patted his chest and said sincerely, Lord Baron, I came to solve your problem, but I need to prepare first. We might see results tomorrow. After these 4 steps, Young had finished half his plan. Young's next plan was most crucial. Realistically, the Lord's quest seemed impossible. Arcadia was just a game, though. Players would refuse mining work. That was pure labor with bad pay. First change, player perceptions. Young created a video account destroyed. This video will make players take the bait. So can you guess Young's next move? The account's first video, surprisingly, went viral in the gaming section. All thanks to one short line. You can make money from Arcadia. The video opened inside the PN Mountain Mall. Every new player knew this location. Young showed his 3-day earnings. 12 gold coins amazed viewers. 10 gold coins are worth $70,000. Newbies, your mining skill starts at F rank. You mine 20 iron orbs an hour. That's 400 copper coins. Improve mining skill. Efficiency increases, you mine rare orbs. You also get a chance to mine rare orbs. With my rank mining, I get 1 rare orb daily. Rare orbs hooked new players instant. Let's skip the boring mining. Sell the orbs to NPC merchants. Today's earnings are 1 gold and 82 silver coins. That's almost 20,000 times the protagonist's words. Instantly sparked everyone's desires. Even players about to quit frantically rushed back to the game. The internet exploded over this. The video's mining efficiency was fake. Young used cheat equipment from Satan, making it possible, but he hid it with edit, making easy money seem real. That afternoon, all pickaxes were bought by new players. Everyone rushed to the mines equipped. The Baron smiled at this. Players were unmotivated before. Now, they're eager to mine. Dex, what did you do? Young said, I ignited their desires. Adventurers are money slaves. Of course, Lord Baron. Don't get too excited. 3 steps are needed for them to willingly mine. At your command first. Lower miners' base, pay to minimum. Give them a percentage of mineral commission. This filters out those slacking off. The NPC Baron felt enlightened. There's such a method. Young's casual questioning showed the Baron lacked basic economic understanding, but the Baron had another word. Iron ore's price is still very high, doubled to 20 copper coins. Young told the Baron not to worry. Even if it's expensive, buyers will still buy. For master blacksmiths, even at 20 copper coins per ore, the profit is still great. They haven't raised prices, despite rising raw material costs. If anyone thinks the price is high, let them mine it themselves. Thirsty people dig their own wells. Isn't that reasonable? The Baron felt enlightened. Business has such principles. If you weren't adventuring, I'd hire you as my financial officer. Young laid this groundwork, though, waiting for the Baron's reward offer. Young placed a pre-written scroll down. The Baron examined the scroll, confused. My lord, this is my project proposal. Please see if you're satisfied. One person's earnings are limited. How do we break the ceiling? Let groups, not individuals. If you give me 10% of the mine's income, I'll give you all rights to this project and complete management control. Seeing the town's mining enthusiast, the Baron couldn't refuse. Satan wondered what else was in the proposal, but Young used an analogy. Going up the mountain is easy. Coming down's hard, mining's thankless. Players mine 10 iron orbs hourly at most. I mine rare orbs because of Demon Cave Destroyer equipment. Satan understood instantly. You're creating a trap for newbies. Why would newbies mine for you? There are ways to keep them here. Sell entry tickets to the mines. Poor people only have time. Those without tickets pay with time. Entry ticket price is 1 gold coin. Satan felt a scalp tingle. Who by such a pricey threshold? Not necessarily, though. My message said, mining is easy like picking up money. I'm not worried about high price entry. Jae-young smiled evilly. I can relax and profit. Demon King. Satan thought Jae-young was the true Demon King. He extorted others guiltlessly. After thinking, this guy deserved to be his master. But Jae-young didn't expect. Baron Mike Hiley was greedier. A new player saw Jae-young's video, rushed to the mine. But a guard stopped him. You need a ticket to mine? The kid was confused. The video didn't say that. Did something change at the mine? The guard blackmailed him. Have you adventurers help this mine develop? No work means no food. Isn't a usage fee reasonable? Seems fair, so what's the entry cost? It's not expensive, just 30 gold coins monthly. The boy was scared. 30 gold coins was like $3,000 daily. He couldn't afford it. Would his rich dream disappear? The guard knew the boy's thoughts. He smiled evilly and comforted him. Young man, don't worry. I see your equipment. You're not wealthy. Our Lord has a system for you. It's called buy now, pay later. Ask at the consultation center. The center's staff was beautiful, lowering the young man's defenses. Watching the kid walk to the counseling center, the guard NPC saw the youth's point of no return. Future at this moment. Constant pickaxe strikes echoed in the mine. Everyone prayed for a rare ore to pay the entry fee sooner. The NPC staff showed a weird smile. Who knew players would become slaves willingly? This made going uphill easy. Downhill. This evil scheme wasn't the Lord's idea. Whoever made this plan is a demon. Jae-young got a notification. Daily extraction of 10,000 iron orbs done. Baron's Woe quest complete. Find a lord to get the rewards. Zhang wondered why it was faster. Zhang had no time for rewards. It turned out that Satan found an ancient relic under Pian Mountain. This place was clearly abandoned long ago. The relic's gate was mysteriously glowing. Could magic be reinforcing the door? What secrets were behind the door? Even Demon King Satan was intrigued. Jae-young touched the gate. The door's seal magic activated. A pop-up appeared. Spend 15,000 plausibility to remove the seal. Jae-young wasn't stingy, facing the unknown. Best time to use plausibility is now. Plausibility was consumed. Congratulations, you found the obscure heaven altar. Satan smiled. It's an angel-related relic. Jae-young opened the relic. The game officials freaked out. The AI warned. A user entered the Pian Mountain relic early. 693 quests are now contaminated. Pian Mountain was the place where the first angel came down to Arcadia. It was the grand heavenly realm's entrance. Or veins were made to protect the relic. They diverted attention from it. A player opened the relic's entrance early. The final result would ruin future mythical level quests. The Second Holy Demon War. Angels and demons fought in Arcadia. Fierce life or death battles happened. Many lives were lost in bloodshed. All creatures on the continent suffered. In the First Holy Demon War, without the World Tree's help, nothing in Arcadia would have survived. Jae-young entered the relic, getting ready to treasure hunt. Let's go, master. Let's take all the treasure. So Satan, you're saying the treasure's in this coffin? Because the relic had almost nothing else left. Only the coffin at the altar looks suspicious. So little Satan, how do we open it? They tried lifting it for 10 minutes, but the coffin didn't move. There's no restriction on it. The lid is just really heavy. Young was a new player. He wasn't strong enough. But the Demon King said the lid was rare material. So greedy, Young put on his goggles. He took out the Demon Cave Destroyer. Wanted a mine, opened the coffin lid. The drill made loud thunder against the lid. The lid shattered with a bang. A notification: you destroyed an unknown relic. The heavenly beings saw the player's action. They were shocked and disgusted. Your favorability with heaven is now minimum. Obtain the Relic Destroyer title. But Jae-young saw the coffin's contents. He looked disappointed. The skeleton had only tattered clothes inside. Just a necklace on its neck. Where's the great treasure? Satan pointed at the remains, saying, Master, you don't understand. That necklace is the mine's most precious item. Jiang picked up the necklace, and then a game notification popped up. Congratulations, you got the glorious heavenly medal. Holy aura will purify your body's impurities. Holy light poured into Jiang's body. The heavenly metal's holy phantom solidified. The phantom's features became clear. Stronger holy energy swept out. Demon King Satan felt torn apart by holy light. Ji-young felt warm like sunlight. The phantom was about to grant Ji-young the hidden class. A flame ignited in Jae-young's chest like the holy prophet. It seemed to declare its sovereignty. The game issued a warning. You're not a saintly nature player. The system has a fatal error. Equipment is temporarily disabled. Arcadia Virtual Reality Company. We'll prioritize fixing this bug. Jae Young was in a cold sweat. My hidden class conflicts with it. The game company will help me. We should stop now. This is grave robbing in real life. If any trace is found, I won't survive in the game. Little Satan, remember this. Clean up thoroughly after yourself. Ji Young took out the Demon Cave Destroyer. Satan got goosebumps. You're gonna destroy this place. Ji Young smiled kindly. Then a series of drilling crashes followed. This way there should be no problems. Block the entrance, and it's perfect. Satan watched dumbfoundedly. No wonder you are my master. Ji Young went to Baron Mika's mansion to collect the quest reward. Ji Young's arrival excited the Baron. The Baron didn't have to worry about shortages. We have 10,000 miners under contract next year. I will take 30% of their earnings. How did you think of this? Actually, Ji Young was inspired by news about bad companies. Compared to meeting the Baron before, he's exploiting employees now. After receiving 244 gold coins, Ji Young could pay off his game pod. The Baron then sincerely invited Dex. Are you sure about not starting a business with me? Baron McKay's proposal popped up. If you agree to joint management, you'll have the same rights as the Baron. Seeing such attractive conditions, Jae Young was a little tempted, but Jong declined, saying he'd travel the continent. Next, the Baron NPC gave a recommendation letter. With this, you'll get some protection in the Maroon Kingdom. This letter is also part of the quest reward. Jong felt puzzled about personal safety. Is there a war in the kingdom? The Baron spoke frankly. The royal atmosphere's been unusual lately. The king is old. The prince is too young to inherit the throne. Radicals are causing trouble to seize power. The worst is Duke von Hern. This guy leads the radical faction. He wants to control the new king. Worse, he's doing this at a bad time. He's suggesting war with neighbors. He doesn't care about the country's future. Take my letter to Count Borgen. He will use you well. The protagonist wanted to avoid this, but it was too late. Mission updated. Help the Maroon Kingdom and royal family. This mission changes based on your actions. Jaeyoung saw the mission was mandatory. He almost died. I shouldn't have asked. Jeong said goodbye to Baron McKay. Along the way, he thought about the quest. Even Satan knew human politics were trouble, but Jeong wanted to try. After all, causing trouble was the best way to get plausibility points. A notification popped up. The heavenly metals abilities were fully adjusted. Congrats on connecting with Holy Heaven. Through this, you'll permanently summon the Holy Figure. Archangel Michael will descend to earth. Angels and demons have been mortal enemies forever. Yet these two leaders both made permanent contracts with the protagonist. Jaeyoung was most curious about if he gave the angel plausibility points, what abilities would she provide? The divine pet and demon pet met. They wanted to fight to the death immediately. Let's fight. Like the Holy Demon War 1,000 years ago. First fight till everything's destroyed. Then fight until global extinction happens. Protagonist Yi Young was caught in the middle of everything. He's both Angel's messenger and Demon's confidant. These two should be their race's leaders, but they bicker like neighborhood kids. In the Holy Demon War 1,000 years ago, Michael and Satan had their final battle. The angel pierced Satan's abdomen until Satan saw the holy spear. You despicable bastard. Actually using a Muspelheim holy artifact. Jae Young read this story in the library. Michael flew to Jae Young's side. I sense your power, but plausibility is dangerous for a vile bat. To stop demonic influence, let me, Michael, be your guardian angel. No sugarcoating. To guide you to the righteous path of life. Satan laughed. He's a foolish angel. As the demon lord, I guarantee, this human is more evil than demons. Jaeyoung had to agree. The Bard of Anarchy needs to cause chaos to grow stronger. So, everything I've done leans towards evil, because this way, I could change all the rules. Angel Michael disagreed. Human nature is good. Angels awaken kindness in hearts. Michael's being proactive. Satan realized his intentions weren't pure. Michael, I'll let you exist for the master, but don't want the plausibility. Michael smiled slightly. You won't monopolize the plausibility points. Hearing their loud argument, Jaeyoung stopped Michael. Little Michael, this world follows money, not angels or demons. This world always follows the principle of money. Since we're discussing plausibility, if I give you plausibility points, what do you give me back? Reciprocity is common sense, even in heaven. Heaven has weapons to help humans. Jae-young's weakness is his character's combat power. Little Michael, can you give me combat abilities? The Bard of Anarchy masters plausibility, but it can't attack, it just changes rules. The character doesn't have levels. Jae-young's mining and swimming skills are useless in combat. He can trade equipment through Satan, but it's not enough. It can't fix his weak combat ability. Michael thought of the best enhancement. Notification possession skill generate. Borrow the heavenly throne's power temporarily by using plausibility points. This power is limitless, but depends on plausibility points, given by the master after learning its use. Jae-young was impatient. He activated possession to test it. Holy energy surged skyward. Even Satan was forced back. Holy light filled the forest. Deep forest monsters. Sense an enemy. Brothers follow me to kill. Michael explained, Master. Possession borrows power from ancient, heroic spirits who fought for heaven. Like Furin, the glorious knight. Merlin, the grand wizard. Farkle, the legendary archer. And Mirin, the faithful swordsman. Jae-young possessed 5 professions. Several orcs emerged from the forest. Holy light shone from Jae-young's left eye. He had perfect practice targets. Possession activated. Jae-young chose Furon's spear. The glorious knight, also called the demon crusher. His sword always had demon blood. His shield saved many lives. Demons facing him had one fate, purified by fearful torment, by a holy light sword. Possession activated. Farron's sword and shield appeared in Jae-young's hands. Satan's eyes widened. Those weapons in Jae-young's hands. Every demon recognized them. Possession means having divine power attached. Satan's reaction showed. Farron was the ultimate demon. I have been waiting for you. My whetstones made the orcs hesitate. What kind of power is this? These monsters seem intelligent. They won't take the bait with provocation. Could they be leader-level monsters? Level 25 orcs. The orc leader's sword came slashing down. Jae-young used his divine shield. It melted the orc's great sword. Notification unflinching will activate. This power transcends everything. Feels good, big guy. My turn with righteous faith. The dawn spark burns in heaven, dispelling all darkness. Jae-young might be fair. The orcs were scared by the light. Jae-young was power drunk. I will take your heads. The great sword fell like a bright star. The orcs turned to dust and scattered. Notification possession skill ended. Calculating duration and player settlement. Consumed 352 plausibility points. The wind was clear and the moon was bright. Jae-young dismissed the holy light and returned to his normal form. Against level 25 monsters, it was total domination. This scene shocked Michael. Although possession was used, the power was extraordinary. How could a human handle such power? Michael suddenly realized something. She smiled and said, so that's it. Great creator, I understand why I'm here. This human can change the world. I'm Michael. We'll watch his every move closely. Jae-young looked troubled. Possession's only downside for Jae-young was the cost. It only lasted 5 minutes, but used over 300 plausibility points against tough enemies. Plausibility point use will be bottomless. Jae-young turned his head, looking at the arguing pets. They were sleeping peacefully together. These two could sleep peacefully together. I should sleep too. Tomorrow, I'm going to the Maroon Kingdom for that mission. Its location made it. The Maroon Kingdom, a trade hub. Several major merchant guilds operated there. Profits were considerable. I brought lots of goods to trade. Your guild master won't see me. Is GM Corporate looking down on NPCs? Respected NPC merchant, aren't you satisfied with? The deputy manager is receiving you. Our guild master is meeting with the Duke. And the Duke inside is Von Hearn. Guild Master Choi, you can guess what's happening. The Maroon Kingdom will fight the Falcon King. As GM Corporate's master, you should understand the advantages and disadvantages. Jega Choi understood this NPC Duke, who was preparing to become king, was the best partner for billions in profit. Jaga Choi was GM Group Chairman's youngest son, but he couldn't handle the basic hardships. He failed at every position, always getting scolded by his father. And GM, Guild in the Game, was this son's creation. This organization was made for money. Now, Jejia Choi had a chance to gain his father's approval. Your Grace, our guild will buy lots of grain. Help me get a good price from the king. No problem, I'll give GM Guild the most military funds. I'm asking a player guild for help because I only have one requirement. Don't get the NPC's attention. Jega Choi's heart raced after Duke Von Hearn left. His chance to rise before his father came. He needs to get funds quickly. A duke wanted to steal to be king. Happens once a century if this deal works. Arcadia's economy would be in GM's hands. Wait, father. I'll prove my business skills with this game. But right now, Jiang just met Count Borgen. The Count looked disdainful. So barren. Mikhail sent you to find me with his recommendation. Right? Yes. He said I'd get protection by finding you. With a ripping sound, the letter was torn in half, unopened. Jiang could hardly believe it. Borgen enjoying Jiang's anger at. Why did Mikhail send you to me? Jiang's lips curled into a smile. Are you asking me the reason directly? Jiang laughed heartily and asked back reasons. Shouldn't those in power consider that? Their words sparked flames. Count Borgen laughed loudly. Kid, I like your style. I know why he sent you without you saying. He must think you're talented enough to stop the war between the countries. Jiang said sarcastically. I lack that ability. Borgen understood his meaning. Unsurprised about war. Baron McKay trusts you greatly. He told you the situation. So Dex considered stopping the fighting between the countries. Young offered two solutions, a simple way and a hard way. Borgen wanted the simple one first. You say Duke von Hern's the culprit. Catch the ringleader first, it's simple. Borgen's expression turned serious. Kill Duke von Hern, you mean? Young laughed sarcastically. Isn't this the simplest way? Borgen almost laughed out loud. That's saying nothing. His guards are knights and mages. Above master level, if someone could assassinate, I'll let them be Count instead of me. Jaeyoung volunteered, pointing at himself. I can do it. Borgen wasn't looking down on Jaeyoung. I think with your level 1 strength, you couldn't even touch the Duke's clothes. But Jaeyoung laughed confidently. Old man, don't judge by appearances. Youth is good. Come with me, young man. Your edges are too sharp. You're so confident. How about sparring with me? I trust Michaela's judgment of you. Kid, don't disappoint me. Battle desire bloomed in Borgen's body. I'm a sword master, but even with my strength, I'm not confident completing an assassination. Jaeyoung's response was 2 words. Possession Farkle. Legendary archer possession successful. Jiang's sudden killing intent burst forth, made the Count tremble without a fight. How is this possible just now? He was clearly a boy untrained with swords. Now his aura is like a lifelong swordsman, a lifetime practicing swordsmanship. Jaeyoung's eyes were determined. He'd end the fight in 5 minutes. The trembling Count's heart raced. Notification: rapid footsteps activated. Blitz battle activated. Blade of the Wind of Air spirits completed their protection. The seemingly light sword collided with the Count's blade. Felt like a small mountain. Incredibly heavy. Jaeyoung thought he'd win in one move, but Count Borgen barely blocked it. Jaeyoung was about to dispel the skill. The Count got excited. You're no ordinary adventurer. Jaeyoung grinned. Good, you know that. Let's stop sparring now. Jaeyoung worried about his credibility. Count Borgen found a good opponent. Kid, no matter your strength, let me show you my strength. Instantly, a crimson aura appeared on the Count's sword, making crackling sounds. I'm a new sword master, but I'm very proud. The aura on my sword is my pride. Jaeyoung sighed. He had to win. Borgen went all out. Kid, if you take this, I'll know your true strength. A fierce energy attacked Jaeyoung. It wasn't the sharpness, but the Count's all or nothing intensity. Right before Jiang was hit by the sword energy, 100 times stronger battle aura or blade appeared. It came out of nowhere. The Count was shocked by the battle aura or blade level. Only level 150 sword masters could achieve that. Seeing the notification, Jiang's heart sank. Using high-level skills required more points. It needed extra plausibility points. Count Borgen wasn't scared by a single sword. Jiang's plausibility points dropped significantly. Jiang valued wealth like his life. He decided to finish quickly. Now with Farkle's power, he tried skills from 3D PC games. Jiang seemingly swung once, but it was actually 100 swords combined. The power of 100 swords overlapping was immense. Borgen felt like shattering from the sword. Then Jiang saw an opening. With the final emerald sword light swung, Count Borgen felt death's presence. If Young had not held back, he would have died. He was grateful to live. Notification: possession ended. You spent 2,812 possibility points. Obtained title miracle. Duelist strength increased by 10. Jaeyoung was so angry his teeth cracked. Extortion. This is total extortion. Michael popped out explaining. The power master borrowed far exceeds this price. You used this power perfectly. Have you practiced swordsmanship? Jaeyoung didn't lie about playing 3 DPC games. He was the server's top knight. Count Borgen hadn't recovered from shock. As a sword master, He couldn't predict the newcomer's swordplay. The boy surpassed sword master level. The Count knelt before Jaeyoung. "What's your swordsmanship pursuit?" Jaeyoung thought, then answered. "Probably wind. Wind that's swift, free, and sharp." Count Borgin felt enlightenment. He swung his sword, feeling the moment. His aura was more contained. His swing felt much more composed. Jaeyoung's casual guidance made the NPC start practicing. The Count bowed to Jaeyoung, apologized. "I spoke arrogantly. Forgive this old fossil." Jaeyoung didn't mind. Who wouldn't react the same? A level 1 wanted to kill a duke. "So Sir Dex, you want to kill Duke Von Hern with that strength?" It would be easy, but his death would cause royal family problems. Jaeyoung gave an example. "Ever heard of the Gordian knot? Do you know the easiest way to untie a complex knot?" Borgin didn't understand and couldn't answer. Jaeyoung grinned. "The easiest way is cutting. As for what happens after, there's always a way." Jaeyoung's words enlightened Borgin again. This method was irresponsible. The Maroon Kingdom's problems were growing. Like weeds, this was the most direct solution. At this moment, Borgin understood the youth's terrifying nature. With great swordsmanship, yet such thoughts, this youth would shock the continent. A notification window appeared. Subquest assassinate Duke Von Hern update. Jaeyoung felt embarrassed by the sensitive game system. Demon pet Satan poked his head out, evilly smiled. "Master, when will you take care of this guy?" Angel Michael quickly objected. "Assassination is totally forbidden. We should challenge him to an honorable duel. Send the duel letter 3 days in advance." That's the proper way. Jaeyoung was dumbfounded. Actually, Jaeyoung didn't want to kill Von Hern yet. "Little Satan, little Michael, you need to understand something. Duke Von Hern wouldn't attack a neighbor without a reason, in my opinion. Why care about the Maroon Kingdom's fate? I care about beneficial cooperation to bring me the greatest benefits. Kingdom wars have always happened. It's about who starts it first. It doesn't matter who starts the war. But one thing is for sure. When the war gets really chaotic, I can do more and seem more believable." Little Satan wondered why not just team up with that. Duke Von Hern. Jaeyoung heard this and smiled. "Little Satan, you don't understand this at all. The war you know about is between 2 kingdoms. But my kind of war is different. It's the fighting inside one kingdom. If I start 2 wars at the same time, I'll get twice the believability." Satan was shocked. "You're really crazy, Master. You should be the Demon King." Satan took out notes on Jaeyoung's plans. "This guy only cares about himself. He's totally selfish. The guy in the sun is the scariest Demon King because the morning news really got to him. Arcadia's game company stock soared $5,000 per share this morning, meaning $1 trillion was invested in Arcadia." Jaeyoung visited the Duke to investigate. Entering the Duke's mansion, Jaeyoung saw an energetic young man, maybe a source of this huge event. Before Jaeyoung entered Arcadia's richest guild master, Jeji Choi, came to the Duke's mansion for a strategy report. "Your Grace, our guild controls the NPC farmers who supplied grain to enemy armies. We've pre-bought all their future grain as futures contracts. Your Grace promised us. Let our guild handle all military supplies for the future war with the neighboring country. This will help your Grace empty the treasury and complete your ascension." Duke von Hohenheim pointed up. "Wouldn't it be better to discuss this later? After I take the throne?" Jegachoy was about to speak. The Duke's eyes sharpened. "Adventurer, are you doubting me? The worst thing in negotiations is lacking leverage, not having leverage on the other party, having suffered a silent loss." Jegachoy vented his frustration on the wall. For smooth cooperation, he swallowed his pride in these 3 days. He spent 10 million gold coins, pre-purchased all the market's grain, converted to real currency. That's $1 trillion if the plan fails. The corporation would go bankrupt. His father would flay him alive. If the 2 kingdoms go to war, grain prices could increase tenfold. Turning 1 trillion into 10 trillion is possible. Jaeyoung suddenly passed by Jegachoy, making Choi's heart skip a beat. Choi wanted to chase him, but it was too late. This guy covered his new outfit with a cloak. He's definitely not an NPC. He's a player like me, but why is he in Von Hern's mansion? Is he interfering? Jeji Choi snapped his fingers, summoning 2 robed men. "Watch this guy, bring him to me when he leaves." Jaeyoung met Duke Von Hern because of Count Borgin's recommendation letter. But Jaeyoung's first words were, "Count Borgin is planning your assassination." Von Hern's face darkened immediately. "Adventurer, you think I'd believe your words? Your Grace already knows. I don't need to prove anything." The pet became anxious suddenly. Why are you lying, demon? King Satan realized something. Was this intentional? Little Satan, I understand. Von Hern knowingly asked adventurer. Why'd you tell me this? Ji Young immediately stated his opinion. I think a wise, mature king is way better than an immature boy. The kingdom's ideal under your rule. Duke Von Hern couldn't stop smiling. Adventurer, what's your name? Jae Young revealed his game idea as Dex. They shook hands. Friendly Dex. We'll get along great. Good. Jae Young picked a side. Now, Jae Young knew the Duke desperately wanted the throne. It meant the Duke was set on war. Jae Young needed to confirm next was the source of the reported 500 million until two men in black robes appeared. Jae Young finally understood the trillion-dollar investor's identity. It was the blonde guy from the Duke's mansion. If he remembered right, that guy led the GM guild. So when the men in black showed up, Jae Young showed no fear. I was wondering what took you so long, kid. Welcome to the GM Grand Guild. Let's talk. Jeji Choi asked intensely. What did you and the Duke discuss? Jae Young asked probingly. I have no reason to tell you until Choi was agitated. This guy clearly had business with the Duke. Confirming this, Jae Young looked around. 7 black-robed guards total. He might need the possession skill to escape, but the guild's vice leader bowed to Jae Young. Actually, we just wanted to ask about tasks from Duke Von Hern. Seeing Jae Young act dumb, Jeji Choi slammed the table angrily. Kid, what's your relationship with the Duke? If you interfere with our business in this game, your real life will be full of torment. The vice leader grabbed Jeju Choi's collar. Calm down, young master. You crossed the line. The vice leader bowed apologetically to Jae. Our guild master invested heavily in Duke Von Hern. That's why he is so sensitive. Seeing the cunning old fox, Jae Young admired the old man's deep schemes. The calm Jeju Choi threw Jae Young gold coin. Mysterious adventurer, is this enough to convince you? Hearing mysterious, Jae Young secretly rejoiced. I just need to give up the Duke's task then. Jeju Choi had never seen someone so money hungry. He wouldn't have wasted breath if he'd known. After a day, Jae Young confirmed 2 things. Duke Von Hern wants to seize power over a kingdom, and he's connected to the real-world GM Group. The morning news resulted from GM Group's game investment. Didn't expect them to be that bold. The investment almost equaled their group's value. Such complex relationships involve major consequences. However, killing Duke Von Hern changes everything and gives massive plausibility points. Jae Young plans to assassinate the Duke at night. The Angel of Justice, Michael, refuses to let Jae Young use possession. Without possession, how can Jae Young kill the Duke? Any guard could kill me instantly. But Demon King Satan senses plausibility points. Master, ignore that, Angel. If you need power, I'll lend you demonic power. Jae Young is immediately shocked. Little Satan, you mean you can too? Satan smiled evilly. I can possess people. Little Satan eagerly created the contract. Next, an evil magic circle suddenly expanded. Jae Young wondered which demon god Satan would summon. Through possession. Notification. Your contract with the demon realm is established. You can borrow demon power by using plausibility points. Jae Young smiled wickedly at Little Satan. Why didn't you say you could possess people? This makes my plan more feasible. The possession character selection appeared. There were vampires among the demon gods, and black mages and lich archmajor. The deadly legion, he was the strongest death mage. Legend says he alone destroyed an entire empire of 10 million. Jae Young risked everything on a demon contract and summoned the powerful death mage Argammer. With enough corpses, it's like an endless regenerating undead army. Destroying a country easily isn't far-fetched, especially for someone like Lich Argammer. The protagonist anticipated the rewards from killing the Duke. The Duke's 2 guardian knights became undead experiment subjects. Magic possession activated. Lich Argammer possession is complete. Zhang felt his undead system skills, just like he read in novels. The Duke's guards felt an ominous aura. This pressure was historically significant, worthy of the kingdom's history books. An evil torrent of soul-reaping ghosts appeared. The knights fought back. Instead, they instantly used the high consumption skill, Holy Shield worthy of the first Duke's guards, and they were paladin-class NPCs. Fear made the Guardian Knights go all out. Their holy swords instantly completed. The Judgment Blade's skill stacking. Jae Young smirked disdainfully and arrogantly. Skill Spirit Spear activate. A demon from hell appeared suddenly. It could obliterate all light instantly. The Pierced Knights were dumbfounded. They sensed a death mage's aura in the spear. The other knight fled in a panic. A lich, it's really a lich. Must report this nationwide immediately. The spirit spear devoured his heart. Ji Young couldn't expose himself yet. And death mage power relies on undead numbers. Now the materials are ready. Time to make these dead knights stand up. Skill Rise of the Dead. This skill stabilizes soul energy in corpses, transforms corpses into ghoul warriors with their original combat power. The soldiers' level is based on their living strength. Unexpectedly, this knight reached mid-tier death knight level. And for the death mage, enough corpses and mana means controlling unlimited undead. One death mage equals a massive army. Therefore, death mages are good for sieges. Like now, along the way, Jaeyoung killed dozens of soldiers. The undead numbers keep growing. Facing the undead army, people summon the paladin squad. But seeing the death knight's characteristics, they lost all hope weren't those the mansion's paladins. Soon the remaining mansion guards became undead. Under Jaeyoung's command helped find Duke Von Hern's hiding spot. Your grace hide, well if you want to live. The entire Duke's mansion was like hell, emanating a death aura. Only movement was from sleepy Duke Von Hern. By the time his subordinates reported, it was too late. The mansion was filled with liches. My lord, we can only wait for death. Imminent death made the Duke's face pale. Undead energy flowed into the Duke's bedroom. Jaeyoung found the culprit behind everything. Kill him, the center of it all. Maybe I can get lots of plausibility points. Instantly, 3 undead soldiers rushed into the Duke's room, looking at his once familiar subordinates. Each one had become undead. Among these undead, the biggest death knight was his holy sword. A black-robed figure appeared behind the undead Redner. Duke Von Hern, we meet again. How could Von Hern forget you, young man? Fawning just days ago. Now he brings undead to kill him. Duke Von Han begged the adventurer. I'll give you anything you want. Jaeyoung smiled evilly. What if I want your life? That's why I'm here. My lord Duke, choose your people carefully, whether it's war or the throne. I don't care if you profit for national crisis. But your people shouldn't have upset me. Pay attention in your next life. Do NPCs even have next lives? The Duke pleaded for help. Jaeyoung ordered, let your men send you to your death. The Duke's past flashes before him, showing it was all for nothing. Death is like a lamp going out. A notification said Duke Von Hern died. The secret plan experienced a major change. 321 Arcadia quests were deleted. He got the title Aristocrat Killer. Congrats on the subquest completion. Midterm rewards are 53,000 plausibility points. He looked at the many pop-ups. Ji Young realized more chaos equals more points. More chaos means more plausibility points. Plausibility points made Pet's eyes shine gold. Pet's eyes shine golden with plausibility. Master seems tastier. Oh right, little Satan. Argamer's possession time is unrestricted, right? Yes, with enough plausibility points. Master Jae-young smiled wickedly. Satan broke out in cold sweat. Surely Master isn't making trouble again. Jaeyoung cast Rise of the Dead on Duke Von Hern. Stop playing dead, get up. I still have many places to destroy. Afterward, Jaeyoung used 50,000 plausibility points from killing the Duke, led his undead army to destroy the territory. After hours of destruction, Duke Von Hern's territory's production dropped 85%, and military power dropped 98%. All NPC residents fled the territory. Right now, the kingdom's Duke's flag was burned by Jaeyoung. Duke Von Hern's territory was completely destroyed. Received the title Merciless Necromancer. Duke Von Hern's secret plan was stopped. Gained 14,000 plausibility points, seeing the undead army covering the territory. Jaeyoung regretted not being a necromancer. With enough mana, commanding thousands of undead soldiers is easy, but seeing corpses daily would be torture. Jaeyoung gained 60,000 possibility points. He didn't know this possession's cost. This power was borrowed from others. Consumed plausibility might exceed earnings. Little Satan, how much plausibility have I used with you? Satan pulled out a calculator immediately. He carefully calculated plausibility usage. Master, in total, you owe me 42,284 plausibility points. Little Satan, do I look gullible? Give me a discount, reduce it. Satan felt heartbroken. Master, you're haggling. You used the power. You should pay the plausibility. Jaeyoung was indifferent. I'm a VIP. Shouldn't I get some coupons at least? Satan's face was covered with angry black lines. Are you treating me like a department store? Jaeyoung finally threatened. If you don't give me a discount, I'll only work with little Michael. Michael immediately looked hopeful. Is that true, master? Satan panicked and gave Jae Young a discount. Then 40,000 will do. Jae Young cut off 5,000. Little Satan, I think 35,000 is enough. Satan was sweating a lot. 36500 is the lowest I can go, or I won't help you with possessions anymore. Jae Young quickly grabbed Satan's hand. Then it was settled. Pop-up notification. Necromancer possession has ended. You used 36,500 plausibility points. Achieved first person to extort a demon king. Negotiation skill increased greatly. We'll have leverage negotiating with players and PCs. Negotiation skill reached level 7. John wondered if it was because little Satan's a demon king that he received such rewards. Satan was in a lot of pain. This way I can't earn plausibility points. Jae Young sighed deeply. The Duke's territory is quite chaotic. Now the game's tricks are finished. It's time to reveal reality's tricks. Little Satan, little Michael. Wait for me in the game. I'll be back. I need to finish this. You'll find out soon. After Jae Young left Arcadia, he opened the Chaotic Games website. Pictures of Duke Von Hearn's territory were trending. People were criticizing the game designers online. Next, Jae Young would reveal something explosive, pushing the event to a climax. The GM group would learn their lesson. Jae Young exported the video file. That little Satan, little Michael followed, and filmed to expose the GM group. He just needed to edit the start and end. The video basically showed Jeff Choi colluded with Duke Von Hearn. One started a war, the other hoarded supplies. They'd profit from the national crisis, turning 1 trillion into 10 trillion in profit, thanks to foolish players who just played games. Very well, editing was complete. Next step, posting online to his Destroyer's daily account. By the next morning, the video had 1 million views. Players targeted the GM group, knowing the price increases were suspicious. GM knows how to ruin goodwill. Jae Choi is freaking out. On the other side of the computer, he's sweating. His pupils are constricted. How could our conversation be leaked? It couldn't have been heard. Angry enough to punch the screen, Jae Choi declares, I'll destroy him. The butler reminds him, young master, catching the culprit isn't important. The chairman has called. Oh no, father knows. Jae Choi sweats while connecting the call. After all, the trillion loss must be compensated by GM. News reports expose GM's criminal acts. Arcadia officials state their position. They have evidence of GM's hoarding. The investment amount reached 1 trillion. In the Arcadia minister's office, President Mayan Lee had one comment. It's perfect to make GM Group an example. Mayan Lee was most interested in this player controlling everything. Behind the scenes, the video, User Destroyers Daily, first filmed the Slime Siege battle until the newbie village was destroyed. Then he tricked players into iron mine slavery, making players billion-1 gaming equipment mining machines. In the game, they were ruthlessly exploited by NPCs. Now, he created this Duke Von Hearn incident. He caused huge waves in both worlds. Is he saying the game's plot is too boring? This mysterious player, in Mayan Lee's words, was dozing off in class because of Jaeyoung. It changed players' understanding of Arcadia. In a classmate's view, Arcadia's events occupied news headlines. The NPCs inside had independent consciousness. It was like a second reality. Jae Choi's fate was obvious. He was going to be a public enemy. Jaeyoung taught him a lesson, though. The lecturer suddenly announced, starting today, the department's renamed Virtual Reality Engineering College. Today's computer industry is behind. Everyone's played Arcadia. If we don't adapt, we will be eliminated. Your senior will teach you. He works inside Arcadia. I'm Beaching Kong. Brain-machine communication is key for virtualizing games. I'll test everyone's sync rate. Higher value means more talent. In virtual games, what's Jae Young's sync rate? Highest known game sync rate is currently 26%, however. The top student felt he'd reached his peak, testing at a 21% synchronization rate. He pointed at the slacker protagonist, taunting him. I look forward to you making a fool of yourself. Jong just laughed out loud hearing this. He quickly got into the testing capsule. Already, impatient to see the honor student embarrassed, the test immediately began. Results shot up from 3 to 15%, but they didn't stop rising. 20%, then 30%. Jae Young pushed it to 55%. The instrument's energy was dazzling. The assistant told the teacher to stop the test. This equipment is malfunctioning. The teacher said it wasn't malfunctioning. It was because the test subject had a really scary synchronization rate, causing rare brain machine fusion. Jae Young's test result was 92.89%, a truly amazing number. The honor student felt embarrassed, thinking about his earlier insult. He was the real joker. Jae Young proudly removed the equipment. Only 92%, not 100%. After class, Jae Young's video had 80 million views and earned 14 million in revenue. He could pay off his game capsule installments early. Looking at the seaweed rice roll, he wanted to earn 100 million more, causing trouble in the game. The system rewarded him with plausibility points when he traded with the divine and demonic duo. Wouldn't he be financially free before college graduation? And earlier when Jae Young was causing trouble, the spirit possession borrowed the necromancer Lich's ability. Argamir, he led undead soldiers. Not only killed the kingdom's NPC duke, but also led the undead army to destroy their territory. It angered the Saint faction's representative. So the NPC Pope declared with imperial authority to find and judge all evil in the land. But players didn't know that they would suffer next. So when Jae Young logged into the game, still wondering where to cause chaos, he got a new server-wide quest. Unlike other players though, he chose which faction to join. After thinking briefly, Jae Young had a new way to cause chaos, and the female player Black Flame Dragon. She was the server's highest level black mage. The system deemed him strongest in the evil faction. Thus the Hunt the Witch quest was created. Saint faction. Players had to judge 50 million evil people and execute the Lich. Apparently, in the Saint Evil War 1,000 years ago, two factions emerged. The Saint Profession faction and the Evil Profession faction. People in the two factions were like oil and water. Under this game setting, players' hostility would be subtly influenced. Arcadia's wilderness became a hot PK spot. Friction between the factions. Always stay balanced. No reason for all-out war, and the Pope forbade adventurer PK in towns. Now the excuse for all-out war appeared. The Pope's rules also changed. Town PK was temporarily allowed. The balance tilted towards justice. Not because there were many Saint faction players. The evil faction lacked a leader, like a Pope figure. Protagonist's first step. Jae Young's plan was chaos by balancing scales, letting Lich Argammer into the game. He'd descend upon Arcadia again, not attached to himself this time. Jae Young sent Satan to find a female player. Her ID was Black Flame Dragon. She'd be the core of Jae Young's chaos. But right now, she was exhausted, surrounded and attacked by paladins. Curious about killing the number one black mage. What treasure chest would drop? Holy Sword energy was about to hit. At the last second, the Demon King appeared. Satan deflected sword energy with his pinky. The lead paladin was puzzled. A demon realm familiar intervened. This instantly filled Demon King Satan with killing intent. A booger-sized energy ball appeared. It floated right in front of the paladin. Immediately after, excruciating pain shot through the player. Satan pointed and hellfire destroyed the paladin. The other holy players felt a chill. As Satan released black energy, the players instantly fell. Satan smiled wickedly and spoke. Look at yourselves before talking. Don't you feel like you'll burst? The very next moment, all the players shattered and died. The female player got many pop-ups. You have faced the ancient darkness. Looking at the little demon, the female player thought of something. She immediately knelt to Satan. She knew it was truly Satan. Chaos Lord Satan was quite surprised. The girl explained immediately. I chose the Black Mage class. I should recognize the Demon King. Meeting you is an honor. Satan acted profound. This girl's quite likable. She's soft and weak, no muscle. No wonder the Saint faction pushes you around. I need you for something. Will you help me? The girl's face turned red. Demon Lord Satan, speak freely. Satan looked down and said, as the server's top black mage, I'll make you the symbol of evil. The saints have the Pope. We need a witch. Satan traced an ancient formation. A contract magic circle appeared below her. As a fellow black mage herself, she clearly sensed the terrifying magic power. At the other end of the formation, Satan frowned seriously. Human, I placed a big bet on you. Hope you do well. Necromancer Lich R. Gammer surged from the magic circle. Notification: you absorbed the Lich's essence. Congratulations, you're now a Death Maestro. Witch Hunt quest has changed. As an evil faction member, eliminate the Saint faction's Imperial post and occupy the Maroon Kingdom. But the girl wasn't just surprised by this. Possessed by R. Gammer, her attributes increased tenfold. Such power would surely make her, already number 1 on her server, become the strongest on the entire server. According to Jaeyoung's thinking, just balancing power between good and evil. The game world wasn't chaotic enough. Satan took out a scroll, which memorized this word for word. The girl saw the contents. Her eyes widened. Satan hit record. I'm starting to film. Arcadia's situation was as Jaeyoung expected. Good players started teaming up to attack evil players everywhere, making evil players quit the game. The evil side needed a hero. Satan's recording was useful. The final good versus evil battle began. Jaeyoung posted the video. The server's top black mage declared, "I'll speak for the evil faction. Evil players are being killed by paladins. The game's balance is broken. I'll lead Arcadia's evil professions." Top ranked in black magic. No, it'll be Lich R. Gammer, commanding the Undead Legion, leading everyone with the Undead Army, resisting the Holy Empire's awful methods. This video's release will bring back many evil players, but Jaeyoung didn't expect Arcadia officials would announce. Due to the huge power difference, the 24-hour death penalty is canceled for all evil players. Evil players fearing death returned. Isn't that the paladin that killed me? No matter how much I die, I'll chase you to hell. But the Saints didn't give up. They organized support teams to help. Both sides became equal. Thus battles raged 24/7 in the Maroon Kingdom. Pop-up notification: congratulations on escalating the Saint and evil faction conflict. Arcadia's good versus evil war is out of control. Congratulations, you gained 63,921 plausibility points. Jaeyoung didn't expect his actions impact so much. He thanked the game company for removing death penalty. This let Jaeyoung benefit as a fisherman, because Jaeyoung got more plausibility points the bigger the chaos. So angel possession activated. Character selected Knight of Adversity and Pilgrimage. Cardiel Jaeyoung prepared before possession, because 1,000 years ago, this holy knight pierced the Lich R. Gammer with a sword, then imprisoned him in Demon Realm Abyss, unable to escape for thousands of years. However, that sword, the eternal finale, was now in Jaeyoung's hand. This was Jaeyoung's final plan to gain everything. He was neither saint nor evil, just a troublemaker. He executed tasks for the instigator. Black Flame Dragon felt invincible. Thousands of undead obeyed her as their master. Anyone would feel invincible. The situation favored the evil side. Weak soldiers guarded the palace. The witch released a bit of her aura. Enemies trembled in fear. Thousands of undead pressured them. Screams came from the palace. The palace doors opened. A silent palace and an empty throne. The witch stood stunned before the throne. "I can't believe it. I rule the Maroon Kingdom. Historically unprecedented. The first player to annex a country. Now I'm nobility. How much gold can I get from Maroon Kingdom? Just thinking about the future makes me happy." A voice woke the witch. A boy in black robes stood at the palace entrance. His holy sword killed all the undead soldiers outside. "Who are you? Did you kill the undead?" Next, the witch shot curse arrows at Jaeyoung. Jaeyoung smiled wickedly. He murmured the holy night incantation. He awakened. Golden light burst out, easily repelling the demon arrows. The witch was shocked. Jaeyoung's holy sword made her soul tremble. "You have the power to destroy balance. You took over a country, you should be satisfied." The witch panicked. "How do you know?" "Who are you?" Jaeyoung smiled. "You ask who I am, I'm your creditor. I'm here to take back the power I gave you." Seeing Jaeyoung's holy sword, the gamer which felt only fear and unease. Notification: you're bound by holy restraints. The eternal finale judges you. The witch felt unwilling. In disbelief, Jaeyoung, wrapped in holy light, smiled wickedly. "My lady, it's time to undo Cinderella's magic and reclaim my power." The witch was angry. "How dare you? I'm the #1 server. You're an unranked rookie. You can't make me afraid." Summoning magic appeared. The witch chanted quickly, but her necromancer interrupted. "You have to escape now, or there's only one outcome. Zhang's holy sword is the eternal finale." Previously on The Lich Argrammer was sealed by this holy sword for 1,000 years, but the witch had already escaped. Might as well fight until the end. Her chanting ended 3 mid-level undead resurrected, summoned by the magic formation. But Jiang remained calm. The eternal finale hummed. A sword light longer than him burst out. Pop-up notification anti-demon power activated. Damage against evil increased by 80%. What's the use of that? Your sword light needs to be thick and long like mine. Come on, pitiful little undead. Your souls should rest. The mid-level undead were destroyed by holy light. The witch felt immense pressure. If this sword light hits me, will it be the same? What kind of background does your holy sword have? Jaeyoung wasn't certain. After all, it was the holy hero's angel possession weapon. Next, Jaeyoung used sword light, lifting the witch. Holy and evil energy burst shining brightly. Other players watched enviously. Are we playing the same game? Players with sharp eyes recognized the witch. Black Flame Dragon, but they'd never seen the other player. Using the hover time, the witch quickly summoned black magic. The emerging undead knight was scared back by Jaeyoung's holy sword's light. Notification popped up. Undead knight rests eternally. Undead summoning is unavailable. The witch thought Jaeyoung's holy sword could restrict summoning, but she regretted trying again. No matter the summons, the holy sword was better than a demon detector, melting undead in minutes. A necromancer without undead is defeated. The holy sword was their natural enemy. My lady, let's end this. Jaeyoung was covered in holy light. In the witch's view, he was the ultimate evil demon, King Annihilation Judgment. This skill bypasses all armor and deals 500% damage to evil opponents. A notification popped up. You are consumed by the holy sword. The lich screamed in pain. Fatal damage makes you dying. The witch was really confused. Why'd you do this? The witch hunt should be over. Defeating me won't help the saints. Jaeyoung smirked. I waited on purpose. You died after taking the Maroon Kingdom. The last piece of my plan is complete. You don't need to hate me, though. After this, good and evil don't matter. Well, I'll be happy because you died. This is why I created you. The gamer recognized the person. This player borrowed my power before. After the judgment blade swung, the witch howled unwillingly. At the same time, the Lich Our Gamer's soul was wounded by Jaeyoung. Pop-up notification appeared. Our gamer and the witch's contract is nullified. The strongest necromancer turned to dust. Jaeyoung sighed, looking at the holy sword. Don't feel wrong, my lady. This quest sealed your fate. Your fate was already decided. Black Flame Dragon felt more reluctant than resentful. This was all virtual, but at least I sat on the throne, experienced unparalleled power. I enjoyed myself. The female player died. Jaeyoung's angel possession ended. Notification Lich Our Gamer died. The Witch Hunt Quest. Saint Faction achieved victory. Jaeyoung anticipated the ambiguous outcome. What would Arcadia decide? AI Alice received a conflict alert. She calculated the Witch Hunt's result. The Saint Faction needed 50,000 evil player kills, and the Lich Our Gamer kill. The Saints only completed one. Over 40,000 of 50,000 kills were done. The target wasn't met. The evil faction had to kill the Pope. Second objective was Maroon Kingdom occupation. The evil faction only occupied Maroon, the kingdom, without killing the Pope. In terms of completion, Saint Faction's weight was 96%. Both sides only completed one requirement. The end result could only be one thing. Server announcement said Saint and evil factions tie. Saint players discussed this heatedly. Then a notification popped up. Saint Faction rewards based on contributions. Future hidden profession trigger rate increased for Saints. This was like increased lottery odds. Because the witch occupied Maroon Kingdom. Maroon Kingdom is not a war target for a year, which means currently, Maroon Kingdom is the evil player's stronghold. It got Demon Realm beings' attention. It might become a Demon Realm. Finally, a notification with an associated quest popped up. Forgotten Darkness, which hunt ends. Arcadia Continent Law is activated. No random PK between good and evil is allowed. Game developers wanted to beat Jaeyoung up. The protagonist planned this outcome. Jaeyoung admired his exclusive reward. Congrats, host, on the historic achievement. Arcadia's second continent situation changed. Good and evil are now balanced. You gain 210,000 plausibility points. This strengthens Jaeyoung's troublemaker role. Profession. Excited for what happens next. Notification profession stage 2 quest complete. Special conditions are achieved. Special reward for Bard of Anarchy. Determines player contribution. Ji-young jumped up startled. This reward fixed his problem. Congrats, you got a new skill. Plausibility grants plausibility. It gives life to non-living things. So he grabbed his newbie gear. A rusty iron sword, a newbie weapon. Its attack was pathetically weak. The pets mocked their master. Remembering the hard times, Jae-young raised the sword and used the skill. Suddenly, golden light erupted from the sword. The game notification showed item properties. Enhancement needs 9,000 plausibility points. 9,000 points is like an epic weapons cost. Jae-young chose yes. Curiosity beat his cheapness. Hopefully the result is good. Plausibility grant succeeded, said the notification. Rusty sword settings changed. The rusty sword wailed in pain. Xia-young used the sword to slaughter. Newbies suddenly rush the sword surface. Pop-up notification rusty sword enhancement complete. Congrats, you got new equipment, Bloodsucker. It's the server's first unique attribute. Equipment attack power increased by 500%. Durability increased by 100,000%. It even has godly properties like bloodthirst. And Berserk, the look didn't change much. Zhang thought newbie equipment this godly. Jae-young opened the warehouse impatiently. Took out the mining demon cave destroyer. What happens after enhancing epic equipment? Could mining efficiency increase 1,000-fold? Jae-young eagerly granted it a possibility. The result, enhancement, failed obviously. This item had no properties before. The rusty sword could be enhanced. I slaughtered tens of thousands of newbie players. The demon cave destroyer dug up an angel's coffin. Jae-young thought of one difference. Grant, targets must directly impact Arcadia. But Demon King, Satan heard Jae-young spent 9,000 points upgrading trash equipment and still wanted to sell it. Satan felt it was worthless. Master, if you need gold, just tell us one plausibility point. I'll trade for 1 gold coin. 9,000 plausibility points is almost 100 million in real life. But Jae-young looked unimpressed. I have Baron Mikhail's dividends, plus game blogger earnings. At least 8 figures monthly. I've achieved financial freedom. But Satan wondered why create Bloodsucker and not use it. Jae-young had considered it. But if it showed up in Arcadia's auction, what interesting stuff could happen? Just auction it and see. When Bloodsucker showed up at auction, all Arcadia players went crazy. Some would sell homes and divorce to buy it. Some would sell companies to get it. Some guild would spend everything. Overnight, a newbie weapon everyone wanted. Bids quickly hit 5,000 gold coins. 1 gold coin is $100,000. This sword was worth over 50 million. Game equipment has 8 levels: magic, special, rare, unique, epic, legendary, mythic, but unique level. Equipment wasn't even designed yet. Maybe a system bug, so officials stepped in. Forced Bloodsucker's bidding to stop. Recalled the equipment as a bug. Customer service was cursed out again by a bunch of angry players. But Arcadia's operations team had to prevent game-breaking equipment from showing up later. Anywhere players gathered in the game would have people talking about the equipment. But some people noticed, more than the word unique, was the auctioneer's ID Dex. Is that Dex, the pro gamer from Esports Shield? Playing against pros was like playing with kids. For him, he 1v 5-foot D-God, descending as a casual. Casual players thought he was legendary, but some questioned him. Pro players saw him as an archenemy. News of Jae-young playing Arcadia spread. But Jae-young somehow had unique level equipment. Having it confiscated felt bad. But Jae-young was way too calm. He thought about it. This equipment's performance wasn't ridiculous. Could it be understood then that the game officials are targeting me? They can't find my real identity. Even with my ID, they can't track me. Not even calling me. Instead, they're recalling the equipment. They want me to contact them. Even if my ID is exposed later, they still can't track me. They can't do anything to me. Is this the hidden profession's power? Anarchy can openly cause trouble. Even the game can't interfere. Jae-young was more curious about who created this hidden profession. Bloodsucker's gone, but another can be made. But I'm safe now. Future trouble is no longer a concern. Just like Jae-young predicted, the equipment confiscation was ordered by the National Server Operations Director. Operations Director. This sword is identical to the newbie killer's sword from back then. Even the director couldn't access his user information. They couldn't find this deck's owner either. The two must be connected somehow. And this 50 million worth of equipment was taken by operations. This guy will have to show his hand. Dex, I'm watching your every move. Director, worked customer service overtime all week, exhausted from waiting for Jae Young's call. Dex is remaining incredibly calm. So the director reported to his boss. President Mion, Lee, you must give me justice. Director, worked overtime at customer service all week, exhausted from waiting for Jiyoung's call. I remember department head Myong Han mentioned a game activity plan. Exactly what you were thinking of. Get ready, we start implementing tomorrow. The event's name is ridiculously cliché. You strike, I strike. Everyone strikes equally the No Bamboozle tournament. Arcadia announced its server-wide. Bamboo Spear battle rules were simple. Any level player, one poke, they die. Player's weapon is Bamboo Spear only. Skills can be released. Only Bamboo Spear deals damage. Last player alive wins. Jaeyoung knew this activity was for him. They only knew someone named Dex, but didn't know this user's game IP appearance. Of course, the final survivor can choose any equipment from killed users. Officials will give them an identical copy. Young revealed a wicked smile. This activity is too interesting to decline. Bring it on, it'll stir up your event.